Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Bradzonia. Um, Last episode we did that right up, right there above my head. We did that and a little bit something next slash near to it. You're kidding me. It is not. It is not living mice. Not living mice. I mean, mice on Venus. Oh my god, it's mice on Venus. Bitch. Okay, anyway. I'm. I've already edited that episode. This is like a couple days later that I'm recording. I still don't know about these shapes, man. These window shapes are really fucking me up, actually. And, our storage is getting to be a problem now, too. So, one of the ideas that I had, you know how I, like, ran out of ideas? One of the ideas that I had for this area is maybe we could, like, put our gubbins out here, like all of our useful shit, you know, this everything we've crammed into this corner, or at the very least the campfire. It's kind of a fire hazard, right? Oh, cock. I forgot. Hold on. It's no big deal. We got this. I think I remember the recipe. Wow. I actually do. Um, 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 so I got distracted. So first of fucking all, this. You see, we're no longer getting smoke inhalation disease. We're no longer getting smoky D. We already have iron. Another thing that I've been interested in doing is, what if we, and it's okay to do this because we can just, I want to re-dye our bed. The one that we have inside of hole is fine. I like this one being red. But the one in our inventory I want to be green. You might be wondering, by the way, why do you want it to be green? I don't know. I just do, okay? And we know where a desert is, and we're gonna get some green dye, okay? Okay? So that'll be something, I guess. The shield's gonna break. Shit, we should empty our inventory out first. I was gonna say let me do that real quick, but I want to let the music play. I've noticed that that's a theme. It's like I literally have nothing to say at the moment, but then a song starts to play and I'm like, oh shit, well, I gotta let it play now. I don't think that's correct. I don't think, you know, that's entirely necessary. I'd be like, Bradley, you got stones left unturned. You're goddamn fucking right. So we're putting them in there. put the iron back in there. This is such dog shit organization. We might start using dirt to scaffold instead of cobblestone, just because of the whole pickaxe situation. I don't really mind an iron shovel. I don't mind going through iron shovels like they're candy, but I do mind. It's like, you know, a pick's 3 times more expensive than a shovel. You know what I mean? So anyway, we swimmy, and we're on our way. I'll see you guys at the desert, or if I have anything to say. You know, I go back and forth on this. By the way, cool little like pavilion down there. I go back and forth on this, but do you guys think it's good game design or bad game design that one has to like make these long excursions just for like a really simple resource such as green dye? Do you think that's like, do you think that adds something to the game, or do you think that's like nothing? Oh my god, that island's on fire. We mind our business. We mind our business. That is not our problem. Is that a shipwreck? I think it is. We're like barely halfway across the sea by now, by the way. But let me know what you guys think. Oh, Christ. We gotta make a detour. There's a little friend following us. I can't turn around to see him, but it's true. Anyway, yeah. I'll see you guys in a bit. Let's go. Desert time. Just as the ocean gets colder, the land gets warmer. So, hell fucking yeah. I'd like to thank my mom. I'd like to thank my boyfriend. I'd like to thank my fans. I'd like to thank you. The emissary of Mr. Beast. Save the oceans. So we're gonna fucking do what we have to do. We're gonna do what we have to do. And that's get one of these. That's it. Literally, that's all we came for. We're gonna ignore those. We're gonna ignore that. We're gonna yomp on back in the boat, and we're gonna skadoodle on back home. Goodbye, Squire Beast. I don't know, what's a lesser version of Mister? Whatever. I'll see you guys home. How do light levels work underwater? Ever since 1.13, I've never really been sure about that, because I know that the drowned spawn in the ocean, but is it due to light level, or do they just do that regardless? Because I don't think it's very, like, reasonable for Mojang to expect us to light up the entire fucking ocean, as it's a 3-dimensional space. Maybe they can only spawn on the seafloor. That's probably how they do it. I think they probably spawn on the seafloor, which is where she sells seashells. And then they just rise up. Because it would make as much sense as, you know, zombies spawning in midair. Or maybe not zombies, but I was about to say phantoms because they're the only flying hostile mob, but they do spawn in midair. So I guess we're back to square one. I can see it. I can see it. I can see the thumbnail art. We're so close. We're so close. We're at the thumbnail, and this is where the imaginary cliff that my friend drew would have been. Listen, it's a nice shot. I don't blame them for the inaccuracy. No, we're not gonna use this until it's properly dyed. We're not. I refuse. Ooh, that shit's setting. Ooh. Baby, that shit's setting. Girl, how that ass setting. Alright, we're good. So if you guys don't know, I haven't tested this because I've never had to undye something before, but to undye something... Uh-oh. Oh boy. Well, it works on banners and clothes, but not beds. Can you re-dye beds? At all? Regardless, there is something I would like to do, and that, my friends, is I would really like to, and let's just see if we can snooch something right quickie, such as sand. After we snooch that, we could, maybe yomp back upstairs, and, like, right? Like, I would describe, like, this motion of, like, one block jumping as yomping. Anyway, what we're going to do, I think, is we're going to make a really quick and shitty cactus farm. L to the iron that I used on the hoppers, but I'm different. So yeah, let me gather supplies for that real quick. So here we're going to make here we're going to make a chain, and then we're going to make a hopper, which requires a chest, I think. Ooh, look at me remembering crafting recipes. We're gonna just yump that shit in there. Do we do it in here? No. Hell no. Ew. Yuck. Really quick and shitty. Really quick and shitty. Really. By the way, I changed my mind on this. I think it looks best here. So we got our Microsoft SAMD. We've got hey, did we have to do that? Do we have to get the sand? There's a lot of sand around, is all I'm saying. I'll wait until that hunch to lower again. Where do we put this? This is the real problem. I know how to set this up, but I just don't know where to put it. Fuck. Fuck. The fucking pretty music is playing too. What's this song? Not Sweden. Hold on. Danny. It's Danny. It's Danny. So this isn't quite what I was going to do with the first part of this episode, but here we are. So remember when I said, yeah, I know how to do it, I just don't know where to put it. Well, I might not know that either, how to do it, that is. We will just have to see. Oh, I gotta sneeze. Alright, I sneezed. And what we're gonna do here. I yoinked it before it hit the death zone. We need more hoppers. Ah! We need more hoppers. We need 8. 8 times 8 is 64. Shut your mouth and say no more. We need 64 wood. Which I think is 16. Sure is. Who knows? Oh my god, I didn't need to make 8. I only needed 7. Ah! Alright, we have an extra hopper. Our life's so hard. Anyway. Oh my god, we could have used that extra chest too, is the infuriating thing. I'm gonna have to chop more logs like a sucker. Probably within the episode. What? Fucking... how long... Wow. It's taken a bit. Well, you know. I think maybe we should know thyself and set expectations and other buzzwords. Businessmen would love me. My fucking phone. Joe Hills, don't stream right now. Actually, you could stream, just don't tell me about it. Put my phone over there. Hopefully it'll be less intrusive if it beeps. It will. Why the message beep? Don't get asleep now. Beep. So that's my farm. I hope you guys enjoy my tutorial. Believe it or not, this one came from the old noggin. This one's just, let's just really quick test it out. Okay, yeah, cool. All of the, yeah, everything links up back to the chest, so we're good. Do we have any saplings left over? No, we should replant those, I think. Yeah, let me chop some wood and do some bullshit, and we will rock you. No, we'll get back to the actual project that we started last episode. Okay? See you soon. I've already broken my vow. So, another thing I'm realizing is that... Actually, I do kind of want to keep these on me. But we don't need to bring all of our items with us everywhere we go. Do you know what I mean? I think... Maybe. Just maybe. we should remove some of these. And not all of the trees grew. I only had so much bone meal, so we're just going to, like, pop you there, I guess. Actually, hold on, let me get rid of these leaves. Alright, we're done with that, and now, actually, I think, once again, we have to drop off some gubbins. Some odds and ends, some detritus. We gotta drop off some Detroit. But not the cobblestone, that goes here. Yeah, this is all good enough for now. Let me do this because I'm not going to need that for this project, and, you know. My fucking alarm! Okay, well, that was several hours. I tend to do that. When my alarm goes off, I'm like, well, okay, well, it's time for me to... God's telling me to take a break. I ate a bunch of nuts. Like a natural-born foraging creature. And I did push-ups, 15 of them. The thing they don't tell you about push-ups is that as you successfully gain muscle mass, the push-ups get harder and harder to actually pull off. So, yeah. Stay woke out there. Anyway. What the fuck were we doing? Hold on. Okay, frankly, I don't... Like, we never successfully dyed our bed, so maybe the move here. Really? Really, you haven't grown at all? Okay, well, that's gonna be a gradual thing that we work on. We're just gonna, I think, go upstairs and continue working on what we were working on last episode, okay? One of the things that I actually have lined up in the barrel to talk about is, once again, other YouTubers. But not really in the way that I usually do, where it's just like sort of a casual shout out of who I've been watching lately. I thought about it recently, and I realized that there's a couple of YouTubers, like, what's going on here, you know? Actually, you know what we should do? First of all, we should actually put some stone in the oven, bun, and yeah, get that cooking up so that we may someday be able to live free of this. Yeah, I figured that wouldn't work. It never does. It never does. I haven't really tried it in recent memory, but we did just now and it didn't work. So then, you know, as we work on this, eventually we won't have to fucking rely on cobblestone and the imagination of the beholder in order to see how the finished product will look. But like I said, I kind of wanted to talk about YouTubers because I was thinking, if you look at my channel, there are a couple of things that I do where you can kind of like, it's like a scavenger hunt where you can figure out who my direct inspirations are for this channel. And that's not to say really like who my favorite YouTubers are, because first of all, a lot have come and gone, but there are very few that I would say my content actually resembles. Like this, like what are we doing here, you know? I think, here's the thing, I actually think that it looks better without these. And be warned, we're gonna go back and forth on this a lot, I bet. But I do really want to see if we can make that work. Oh. So yeah, I just thought it might be fun to try and list a few and figure out, not figure out, but, you know, kind of analyze where a couple of my habits come from. And, or, you know, what I envision my content to be or become someday. Like, what do we do about this is the fucking thing. It's just not pleasant. Okay, so we shouldn't have put all our cobblestone away. And in fact, you know, a wise man might say to not do a project of this scale at all if you don't have silk touch. But I think that wise man is, well, you know, boring. And also, he don't know the struggle. So we're going to go get cobblestone. I guess I could have just mined some and hit 2 birds with 1 stone. God damn it. I really could have. I wonder how much stone is baked by now. We're doing great so far this episode. How are we doing? We're doing great so far. 20. 21. That's something. Oh, by the way, do you guys remember really early on in the series when I mentioned the idea for like a sort of riven hole? Like the sequel to Myst? Like how there could be like a cave hole? Anyway, just thought I'd mention that because I think we've started on that without even realizing it. I didn't even mention it in the episode, but like, you know, here we are. I'm gonna obsess over that fucking cactus, I swear to God. So, I have a list pulled up on my phone right now of 7 channels that you might not even have heard of ever. At least, oh, well, there's a flaw in that plan. Okay. Phone, you're banished. You're banished to the floor until, you know, I can understand that you won't buzz for no ass reason. Buzz Aldrin and whatever. Buzz Aldrin. Algorithm. Buzz Lightyear. So, in a brilliant moment of word association, let's interrupt that and just... I didn't fucking get the goddamn cobblestone. I hate this more than what we previously had. So let's just like go through a couple. And discuss them. First up on the list is Jesse Cox. He's one of the ones that I've definitely mentioned and that you're most likely to have heard of. And now the content he does nowadays doesn't really resemble what I do, I'll be real. He streams a lot nowadays and he prefers to do more long form, refined, edited content like video essays and stuff now, which is fine. It's not really what I, you know, well, it's not that it isn't his strength, but personally, I'm a huge fan of his classic Let's Plays. Those were always what I used to come back for. And this is back in like 2012, mind you. So, yeah. One of the big appeals for me from Jesse is that he plays games a lot like I do, which is probably, you know, like for example, in the Inscription Let's Play, I think, like, my playthrough of that game is basically directly inspired by his playthrough, just like straight up. Because I saw an episode or two of him playing the game, and I was like, damn, this game looks awesome. I want to play it. And, you know, as I was watching myself play through it, and thus watching him play through it as well, I realized that he and I did a lot of the same things and found a lot of the same secrets. And there's still Inscription videos coming. Don't worry, I haven't forgotten about that series. But, you know, I just don't know when I'm going to get around to those because I'm kind of into Minecraft right now. I actually want to get back to the Super Hostile Let's Plays too, which actually, well, that would have led us into one of the other YouTubers, but if we're going to stay on Inscription, there is another YouTuber that's played that recently, or has played some of it at least. He's another one I've mentioned. I don't know if any of y'all have ever watched John Wolf, but he is a horror YouTube gamer. Alpha? I'm gonna put my phone on Do Not Disturb, which is so smart. Yeah, people be texting me. So I can finally put this back up on the table. He does horror games, and he streams a lot of Dead by Daylight nowadays, but he still puts out pretty regular content on his YouTube channel, so it's not like a full transition. Jesse, however, Jesse's like, he does like brand deals and video essays on his channel like almost exclusively now, except for games that he, you know, finds interesting enough to post a playthrough of, like Inscription. And I really like that he still does upload playthroughs, even though they're not the most profitable thing anymore on YouTube because YouTube hates its creators. Well, it's not so much they hate them, it's just that they don't value them at all. Especially when compared to a financial bottom line. So, yeah. But it's really nice to see that old format of content come back again. Because nowadays, everything seems to be like a singular video, like a self-contained video. And then if that video is successful, then it becomes like a it's like an almost series where there's no guarantee on how long the series will last, but you can be guaranteed that you'll at least keep getting sequels as long as it gets, you know, huge views and the content creator doesn't get burnt out on it. You know, like the Tommy Innit mod videos. It's been a while since he's uploaded one of those. He's been focusing on vlogs for a while, but you know, those are successful enough that he definitely, like I say, he probably hasn't, you know, completely shelved them. I don't think that would be a correct assumption. It's only been like a month or so since the last one, if you count the You Laugh, You Lose videos. But anyway, Tommy's not on this list, actually. He's recent enough where I'm like, nah, he's not, he doesn't go on the list. Besides, my content's not nearly edited enough to look like, to even passingly resemble his. And a lot of his humor is based around multiplayer, which I do not have access to. We'll phrase it delicately like that. Okay, so that's that terrain. Uh-oh. We've got some dry hands playing. We love it. So do we start like mining this part out, maybe? Is this like ugly? Is this crazy? Ugly, crazy, wacky, whoa. I've really made a mess of this aperture in the mountain face. Anyway, yeah, Tommy's not on the list, but John Wolfe is. Obviously, The Scare Zone is a series that I really enjoy, and he and I don't have exact similar content styles, but he is one of the first YouTubers that got me into horror games. Actually, I think the official first horror game playthrough I ever watched is Jesse Cox playing through Dead Space, but, you know, but, like, in recent years, like the past half decade, it's been pretty solidly John Wolfe. A little bit of Mr. Craven, but mostly John. So it's hard to excavate this room because I don't really know what shape I want it to be. I almost want to completely dig it. I want to almost, hold on. I almost want to try and completely hollow out to the maximum extent that I can in the terrain and have that just be like a naturally generated like roof shape for myself. So, I don't know. We'll see about that. Anyway, I'm rambling a bit much. Getting off topic a bit. One of the more... Now we're getting into the more obscure ones. I think I'll go by... I'll go by obscurity level. So the tier 2 obscurity, stepping down from Jesse Cox and John Wolfe, is the Minecraft YouTubers that I have been directly inspired by. And you might be thinking, like, Brad, everybody knows Minecraft YouTubers. Well, maybe not these. I've mentioned these before, I think, but in particular, my video format has been very heavily influenced by early super hostile Let's Players, such as Zombie Cleo, Joe Hills, and even Vex himself, who is the author of the series. And, like, for example, the white text I put up on the screen, that's a Vex thing. It's not, he didn't patent it or anything, but that's a thing that used to be, like, a staple of his channel that I really enjoyed, so I was like, I'm gonna fucking do that shit. That's a thing that doesn't get said enough. In terms of, like, unique, like, content and techniques, plagiarism isn't real. Just, if it looks fun and you think you would like it in your video, just fucking do it. Straight up. This is interesting because I don't know exactly when we're going to be breaking through into the next, like, out. I'm barely stringing sentences together. I don't want to break through the exterior of the mountain. Anyway, so yeah. It's obviously, you guys know that my style is pretty low budget and a little bit low effort. Not in a bad way, hopefully. But yeah, and so very early Zombie Cleo, she's she does a lot now. Nowadays, you know, she does a lot of, she does a lot more larger scale projects. She's always done pretty large scale projects on Hermitcraft, actually. But like, she has a lot of editing in her videos, which is very nice. Yeah, Cleo's living her best life, and so is Joe. Joe does a lot of editing, but I think he's always been kind of into that kind of thing. One of the things Joe's done recently is chapters on his videos, and I'm sure you guys have noticed that I've been doing that as well. I really like chapters. I think they're really fun. And I know, like, video uploading and, like, editing and sort of parsing through your own content in order to categorize it in a palatable way for the viewer isn't exactly something that many people would call fun, but at the very least, the part where I get to select and name chapters is fun for me. It's very satisfying for my brain. Man, this is a lot of stone we're mining, isn't it? Hey guys, I think we should definitely adjust our target. Let's rethink our goals here. I don't think we're going to be building the entire library as it is. I think what is going to have to happen is that we make the top floor of the library, and then, you know, we continue expanding it as needed. How about that? Is that acceptable? Because I think it might be better to start over here. You know, where the fucking where the really easy roofing shapes come in, because they're just like right fucking here. I think we're gonna mine out all this stone, probably. And as you can see, this is why I didn't want to use our diamond pickaxe for this. Maybe we want to mine up all this stone and get to the dirt of it. And so we can see the terrain shape that we're working with. Uh-oh. And that's the problem that I was worried about on the other side. What if this was our entrance? Oh, it looks bad. But like, what if this was our entrance? And we, you know, what if snow fell on there? We got grass. I wish it grow. Unfocus your eyes and pretend that this and this aren't there. Is that like a good terrain shape for an entrance? We're probably gonna have like a proper like front entrance that'll, you know, but this is a fine entrance. So yeah, next up on the list, it's been so long that my phone is turned off. It's timed out. These two, the final two on my list are these are the most obscure that I have. Like, you're not gonna know who these guys are, unless you do, in which case you're fucking king. So actually the first person that I've ever felt has ever made me feel directly like, oh, I can make YouTube videos is this really random small ASMR channel called Dark Star ASMR. And it's just videos of this guy whispering into his phone, and that's it. Like, straight up. And just, he said something in one of his videos that was like, hey, if you're thinking about doing this, just go ahead. Like, it's not hard. And he was right. Like, it's literally not. So that was something that was really, you know, obviously foundational to me, because it literally got me started. That was the first, like, I don't know, the ASMR video I posted, the if you fall asleep to this, you're gay. It was kind of a joke, but it was like kind of not a joke, you know, like I was trying to give good ASMR, and I hope that y'all will agree that I succeeded. I think it's alright. But in general, it's like, I don't know, it's like, I really didn't expect anyone to watch it. I was just kind of like putting shit out there. I don't know if I'm doing this in a correct way. We're gonna be replacing, I don't think we're gonna be replacing the dirt. I think like one layer in, like here, is going to be like wood or something. Maybe bookshelves. Wood and bookshelves. That would be crazy, right? Yeah, I don't know. We could really work that out. However it does. Whatever that means. And the last person on my list is actually someone that I think, intentionally or not, my content really resembles. It's this guy named Travis Whitsitt. And I'll put the spelling up on the screen. He used to do these obsessive compulsive, is the only way I can describe it, playthroughs of like RPGs, where he would 100% the 100%able. Like, he would play in the most efficient, grindy, hellish way that you could possibly imagine, and that shit was so satisfying to watch. I still put on his Morrowind playthrough to help me like wind down after a long day sometimes. Like, I'm still not done with that series. He did a Skyrim one too. I'll move on to that after I'm done with Morrowind. The one that really got me into him was he did a System Shock 1 playthrough. I was just looking for footage of the game because nobody had... You didn't really have access to it at that point in time. They didn't like re-release it yet under Night Dive Studios. They didn't like republish it and like not remaster, but like they didn't fix it for modern systems yet at that point. And so it was like, you know, his playthrough was like one of the only ones that I could find, and I really liked it. He went a little overboard in some cases, like, you know, I don't think he used healing items until the last floor, which was interesting. I think he also avoided using ammo for a long time. He would just use like the melee weapons, like the pipe and eventually the energy sword. And I think he did the energy weapons too. But he would, anytime that he would get hit, he would sprint back all the way down to level 1 and use the like med bay, like bed, at the very beginning of the game to give himself a full heal. And then he would just go right back up to whatever floor he was on, and he would continue on his merry way, and that's just how he played games. I don't really know how he plays games nowadays. I think at some point he mentioned that he was trying to like kind of relax a little bit, which is normal. That's normal. But yeah, in terms of commentary, it's real chill. Like, it feels like you're just like hanging out with a guy while he plays a video game in the way that he likes to play it. Oh, one moment. And like, if I was him, I would be hella embarrassed to hear someone like talking about me like this. So if that's true, Travis, my apologies, but he does this, his style of commentary, at least back then, this is a couple of years ago when he did these Let's Plays. I'm way behind on him, if you can't tell. He would take these like long pauses in the middle of the gameplay to like make notes, because I think he was writing a walkthrough while he was playing the game. And, you know, on the days he was sick, he would like be like coughing and shit into the microphone. And I'm not saying that these are good things or things that I'm sure that he's proud of, but there is something to be said for the simple joy of a content creator blissfully unaware of audience retention and the pressures of that metric. You know, I really aspire to free myself of that. And, you know, my baseline is what I find to be too much. That's my baseline, because I don't want to like, listen, if I'm gonna edit something, it can't be boring. It can't bore me. So I'm gonna cut anything else, anything out of the video that does bore me, and I'm going to leave in anything that doesn't bore me. That's just how it is. And anything I find funny, it's going in the video. I don't care how user unfriendly it is. If I sniffle snort into the microphone and it ends up being funny, that's exactly what the episode's going to be. So if y'all ever wondered why I do that, that's why. I'm bothered, so we have to, I wanna divide it up again. I just get bothered. I just get bothered by it. I'll just, there. Put gravel in there. We got dirt. And that's pretty much all we need. No, we do need iron, actually. Oh, do I hear Clark starting up? One of these days we're gonna need more iron. Let's see what enchants we want. Well, I was really hoping. I think we want unbreaking more than efficiency. And if we could get both, then that's a sick fucking deal, boy. Okay, I think what I want to do is efficiency first. No. I want to do unbreaking first, then efficiency. And then the Giga Chad. The first fucking item that I received that has 2 enchantments on it. Is that an archaeological... Is that something of archaeological worth? Let me know what you think in the comments, and let's hope that I don't forget before it breaks. Yeah, this is Clark, I think. Why aren't you growing? Did I fuck this up in some way? Let's try it like that. Maybe if it's pointing, it's not pointing at it, it will grow. Because that's how it's usually set up in my farms. It's not usually pointing. So maybe it's like too close to it. Because I don't think cactus grows when there's a full block adjacent to the space in which it will grow. But it definitely... Yeah. It definitely does grow when there's a chain vertical next to it. So let's just see if that makes a difference. Anyway. Oh, one of the other things I noticed about Joe Hill, and this isn't a thing that I do, but it's a thing that I really appreciate that he does. You know, every episode, he has this thing where a patron... This isn't Clark, this is fucking Mice on Venus. Oh my god, I got Venused. They fucking Venused me. I got freaking Venused. Oh my god, I can't believe they did that to me. Do we want to start expanding this wall, maybe? So he has a Patreon, and there's like a certain tier that you can do where in lieu of a mid-roll or pre-roll ad for a video, he will instead at the end of the episode recite a poem of his own devising, and I just think that's very charming. I'm a guy who's written a lot of poetry myself, not to like flex or anything for all the, I don't know, for any alternative members of the community, but like actually, like for real, like I used to do a lot of poetry in like high school and college and stuff, and so that's just a thing that I find very charming. It's good fucking poetry too, by the way. Make no mistake, like Joe Hills the Minecrafter is actually a very good poet. Some of his stuff is like, honest to God, like certain poems of his are like, honest to God, some of my favorite poems like ever, you know, and that's, you know, part of that's just because I don't really read a lot of poetry outside of what I had to for school and Joe Hills. But when I see a good poem, I know a good fucking poem, okay? I don't know how well my own poetry holds up today. I was in high school when I wrote it, and college, which is basically just second high school. But I have good taste, and I am confident in that. You know what I'm not confident about is the shape of this room. What the hell's going on? So like, what if we... So like, we've got a ways to go, actually, if we want to expand this room this way. The ceiling gets a little low about here, though. So I think maybe we do a couple of more in that direction, and then we start looping back around, like rounding it out again. I think that might be the move. So yeah, those are the YouTubers that I think have most influenced my content. And like I said, not all of them are my exactly favorite YouTubers. I don't think Darkstar ASMR is I don't think he's uploaded in years, actually. I hope he's doing all right. But yeah, that's just sort of a, in general, like, something that I thought was very interesting because I've been thinking about that a bit. And, oh, guys, we have done it. We have found... Listen, we'll just cook up some more stone. I don't want to place any smooth stone yet. I call it smooth stone. I don't want to place any regular stone yet. Just because I just don't want to... I don't want to place it and then not really like where I placed it and then have to remove it and then cook it again, you know? So, we won't do that. Now this dirt patch is a dangerous one because we don't know when we're going to pierce. Never. We're immune. We're indestructible. We'll never die. Yomp. We are approaching the end of the episode, but we haven't done anything, so oops. Well, we did a cactus farm. That doesn't work, so I guess that counts. We've cleared out a lot of this space. I want to clear out enough of this space that we can put something in here. Even if it looks ugly, I just want to get something out of our chest. I'd be hiccuping. I'd be hiccuping. Oh my god, guys. This is so slow. If I even attempted a project that was like half as big as what the standard is nowadays for Minecraft YouTubers, I'd be fucked. Dream SMP boys, they can get away with it because they have like storylines. They don't need to worry about impressing you with the builds, you know? You know who really impresses me with their builds constantly? And I don't think I could ever compare my content with his because it's just a totally different vibe. But Good Times with Scar is one of... He is a beacon of light in a very grim world, I think. He's just brimming with imagination and creativity and kindness. And he is one of the people that I respect most in this world, I think. And I mean that with... I will say that with my full chest. I mean that entirely. I think he's a great guy who, you know, really deserves a lot for what he does. And, you know, it's not like other builders are bad, you know. You got your Grian, you got your, like, false symmetry. She's pretty good, too. But, like, there's something about Scar that really just lifts the spirit. And it's really embarrassing now, but I used to... I watched an episode of him back in, like, season 6, maybe 5 of Hermitcraft, and I was completely turned off by it. I was like, no. I was like, I don't think this is for me, and I clicked off of it. Like, I don't know why. I think it was just his Minecraft skin. I didn't like how it smirked at me. I was like, ugh. I was like, ugh. I was like, this is too much energy. I don't know why I was like that. Like, I was being an asshole for not giving him a chance, and now obviously I see that I was wrong because, like, that guy rules. He's, like, possibly my favorite hermit at this moment. And that's, like, you know, including the ones that I've been watching since 2012. Like, which is just Zombie Cleo. But, you know, that's That's something. Is this anything? What are we looking at here? Is this anything? So, I'll tell you what this is. It's an ugly room. I think we want to make this curve a little more gradual, a little less sharp and steep. Which is not what we accomplished. I'll tell you that. Is that anything? Did I get this backwards? Should the shorter one be towards the end of the curve and the longer one be in the middle? If you could see the face I'm making right now, I'm puckered. I am puckering looking at this shit, man. What's going on? Maybe we're just not consistent. Maybe it's the fact that we go back to the one curve instead of the 2-block curve. Maybe we just need to be a little bit better about that. Like this, like a gradual curve that sharpens. Or, even better, sharpens in that sort of direction. Is that anything? If I just do this and then this, is that something? Let's check this out. Is that a curve? That's good. Ew. I don't think I like that. Ooh, now I'm not quite sure what's going on with it. I don't know if I like that or hate it. It's one of those things now where it's like, well, why does this jut out so much? We don't need it. You know, it's like really attention seeking. We don't need it to jut that much. No jut. No. No need. What if we undid that and it was just back to that 1-block curve? Two, three. What if we introduced a 3-block curve to introduce the 2-block curve to introduce the 1-block curve? Like, right? Like, what if that was a thing that we did? I'm just going to end up clearing out this whole mountain by just trying to get this curve correct. This is like when a hairdresser, like a really amateur hairdresser, like cuts something and then they regret cutting it. And so they're like, okay, I can still fix this. And they fucking cut more off to try and make it even. And it's still not great. And so they're like, oh, fuck, shit. And so they continue cutting and cutting and cutting until basically you're bald. That's what I'm doing. I'm doing the sunk cost fallacy cut here. Cool. Let's get some efficiency in here. A little bit more speed. Is that a mistake? Could that have looked good? What are we looking at here? What's this looking like? I did jingle bells with the block placement. I don't know if you heard that, but it was very intentional, and I did it perfectly. Thank you. So I think we're at a point where we can start using a little bit of this just to like make this a tolerable place to exist in. The ceiling's pretty claustrophobic too. I know it's 3 high, we can jump around all we like, but you know what I mean? Maybe we actually commit to this decline a little bit, you know, and just try this out for size. Just, you know? I don't know. It's just a suggestion, really. And it's about to be nighttime, so I'm trying to train myself to stop using the double tap W, because I got myself back in that bad habit because of the super hostile playthrough, and now I'm not even fucking doing that, which sucks. Again, I really want to do another episode of that soon. That's definitely one that we want to replace. Ugh. One thing that people don't really realize is that you want to get dirt where you can. Any dirt that you find underground is a precious resource, because that's dirt that you can mine and then use, and you don't have to destroy an environment in order to get it. And that's why I always value ground dirt. Ground dirt? That's the most redundant thing I've ever fucking said. Maybe not the most. Is this looking tolerable? Is it finally time for me to sleep? Yeah. We've got some progress done today, but I'm not satisfied. First of all, hate everything that's going on with this at this moment in my life, right? Like, we don't want to keep this kind of energy around, you know. It just really harshes the vibe in here. That's something better. I've been recording, and it's been a while since I checked. So let's, unfortunately, going to keep that scaffolding, because I'm not satisfied with the window yet, and we're going to keep fiddling that to death until our own death occurs. We're gonna put some of this cobblestone away, and then I think what we're going to do is we're going to set up an exhibit or two just to dip our toes in, and then next episode we can commit to that a little bit more. Uh-oh, Stinky. We've run out of room. Oh no. Well, fucking, hold on. I want to put this all in there. There. I'll keep this and this, I guess. Getting a lot of dirt. We can get up to 30. And you know what we do with that last one? We make a torch. We make 4 torch. and 7 years ago. And we put all our cobblestone in there. What do we want to put as our first exhibit? Give me a moment to think about this, folks. Never mind, Brad doesn't get to think. There's a fucking song playing. And y'all know we love that song music. Let's just... real simple. Real simple. All of our first items. Technically this is our first chest plate as well. And let's just at least label all of this miscellaneous non-archaeological gear that we have laying around, okay? We need, you know it, we need some signs. Should they be spruce? No, but that's what we've got. So I'd rather use that than just ignore it. We have item frames here. We're gonna need more of that, actually. Well, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go up there and then we're gonna transfer some of this stuff to a new chest. Where'd the fucking music go? I swear to God, Oxygen was playing just then. You guys heard it, right? Where'd that go? Is it really that short and quiet? Is it playing now? Can I just not hear it? Have I lost my touch? One of these days we won't have to enter through the window anymore. We could just use the entrance, but today's not one of those days. So, boom, boom. Hold on. Okay, so here we have on display the world's oldest pickaxe. What a shitty display. Hold on. Just look around us. I bet y'all had something way different in mind when I told you we were doing a museum, huh? So, here we have the world's oldest pickaxe, and then we have it dated to 001 EP, which is it's episode 1, but I thought it'd be cute to try and put it into like a, you know, a date, like a, you know. So anyway, we've run out of item frames. We've run out of item frames. So we're gonna put you there, and you there, and you, and you, and you, and you, and you, you, and you, and you, and you, and you. Did I miss anybody? No. These are all skeleton bows, but these are all mine. And I'm gonna separate these two because they were lava survivors. Yeah. Okay. Fucking. How long is this episode going? That's a really shitty display. I don't want to end the episode on that, but we might have to. You might have to. I think I want to bring up all of the other archaeological items.
Actually, wait. I have a better idea.
So it turns out the chain was just faced in the wrong direction. Uh-oh. Oopsie. Boo-boo binky. First of all, I have a really fucking awesome idea, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Excuse me? This is confusing me. Is it locked? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry I'm coughing right into the microphone. Why isn't it going in? Wait. You're kidding me. You're kidding me. Hold on. You're joking. You're crazy. I can't believe my eyes. Oh. No. There. We're gonna fix this. That's weird. I don't know why it was placed like that. Okay. I think we were wrong about the redstone thing. I think the hopper was not locked. It was fine. I think there's just a really specific side that you have to orient it to in order to... Yeah. And so what I want to do here is I don't want to waste coal with the, you know, like half tick of a second that it would take for me to transfer something in there. It would use up just enough time in the coal that I would not be able to... Look, this instant. Yeah. Oh, but it wasn't instant to remove it. So it's gonna have the same problem. We're gonna let as many as possible get cooked, but that's really fucked. I think I'm gonna actually use a sign. Spoos Bingstein. You know him well. He sang the songs. You know him well. I'm keeping you here just because I want to see if this works. Yeah, see, look at this. It's just barely not going to make it. I think we do need the sign. That's so fucked. That's so fucked that we needed the sign. Ugh. Well, good news. We can finally discover whether or not this will work for our bed. No extras, but we don't need none. And now we can finally see. Can you re-dye beds? No. Fuck. That'll be all from me today, folks. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed whatever this episode was, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Axe crit!